Confused about all this. Somebody tell me what's up. Do Jay-Z want to go to jail? Is he guilty? Is he trying to pull a G-Dep and turn himself in? Can he sleep at night? What is his problem? We all know he used to be a bad boy back in the day. I mean, literally. He was with Biggie, Mace, Diddy, and I'm pretty sure he did some things that he regret. He's speaking on these allegations even though he won the case. They dropped the case. The case been dismissed. But now he in the news speaking on it as if he want to go to jail. Jay-Z could face criminal charges after the lawsuit dismissal because he's on the front page of every news source in America speaking about allegations that everybody don't forgot about, swept it under the rug. Figure hell, his money bought him out of this situation. What else is there to talk about? Why is he still crying? Why is he still whining? Did he do something back in the day to where he can't rest? He can't stop thinking about what he did? What was allegate and speculate about all of this? But it's a possibility that Jay-Z is having survivor's remorse for even being in the center of some controversy that happened 2 years ago. Y'all want to know what I think it is before we continue on? Jay-Z know that when Diddy come home, he gonna be the man. I checked on Amazon. They done sold out of shiny suits because people waiting to celebrate for when Diddy get home. Bad, 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 bad boy. You make me feel so good. And while people kissing Diddy behind, calling him a real one because he did his time, even though they ain't find no real dirt on him, he basically went to jail for nothing. And Jay-Z didn't hold him down. Jay-Z ain't look out. Jay-Z gonna look like a sucker when Diddy come home and get all that love. So he figure he might as well hop in that can so it won't be so bad for him. What he done did in his past that got him incriminating himself with these news reports he making, doing interviews that ain't nobody asked him to do. Let me show y'all something. Remember when G-Dep turned himself in? When he killed that dude and he couldn't sleep? They say when somebody kills somebody or commit a crime or whatever the case is, they always show back up to the murder scene. They can't help it. They reminisce and they think about it, what they could have did differently, what they could have said. They try to reenact the scenario. They looking for clues, they picking up blood, bones, whatever they could find, looking for L cases. They paranoid, nervous, they find. Can't even think straight because they know they wrong. Jay-Z showing back up to this lawsuit and reminiscing and pondering on some shit. If you innocent and you ain't do nothing, it ain't nothing to talk about no more. And what makes it worse, he's speaking about his daughter. And I understand, I don't want to be speaking on his kids, but he's speaking about how much love he got for Blue Ivy, how much he admired Blue and Blue this and Blue that. What about Red and Yellow? He act like he ain't got no other kids. And if Kanye West was right and there's some special needs involved, then he need to address that and be an advocate for that. Hell, I got special needs. I remember the cheese bus, helmets and all that. I drooled in school. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, how come he don't champion and be an advocate? Why is he sweeping that under the rug? He don't want to talk about that. He don't want to bring them to concerts and things while he out there with Blue at the Grammys or whatever. Well, why don't y'all come as a family when y'all go to these events? They talking about he showed up to the Mufasa premiere with Blue. Well, where was the other? He act like he ain't got no other kids or whatever. You got boys out there trying to get paternity tests and things. He don't want to deal with that. He want to sweep all that under the rug, but got the nerve to come back out 2 years later speaking about some allegations that was made, and they dismissed the case. Now they opening back up the case. Now they looking back into this thing because the public is trying to understand what is his problem. Let's get into it, y'all. All y'all gotta do is pay attention. And my question for y'all is, do Jay-Z need to be in jail? Will that save his soul? Will that calm his mind? Will that give him some sanity? Because he's losing it right now. doing all these interviews, speaking about. He got to go on tour with the Roots to get his fan base back. He trying to cross back over. He done crossed over one time, but they sent him back over the fence. So now he gonna climb back over the fence with the black community, get our vote, get our approval, and maybe they'll start rocking with him again. These allegations hurt him so bad financially to where they don't even want to look at him no more. Just the thought of him with a 13-year-old hillbilly got them pulling out of deals and all this stuff. It was so bad for him to where he got to make sacrifices and go back to rapping. I don't know what you was doing 10, 20 years ago. What was your line of work? Some of y'all doctors and lawyers, but back in the day, y'all was working in fast food. Before you got your prestigious career, before you started making big money, you was working at a warehouse or something. I know I was. Some of y'all was doing daycare, whatever, just to make the ends meet. And you think to yourself, I would never want to go back to that. I would never want to go back to doing daycare. I would never want to go back to flipping burgers. I just ain't going to be able to do it. And I'm pretty sure for Jay-Z, he was thinking I would never want to go back to spitting 16s or doing raps or doing concerts. And if I did, I would never want to be back on the stage with the Roots or Beanie Siegel or Freeway or anybody from Philadelphia. I never want to get on stage with no damn Erykah Badu. Why would he want to get on stage with Erykah Badu when he married to Beyonce? Make that make sense. But the situation is so dire. He got to do what he got to do, and it's looking like he going about it all wrong. And before we continue on with this news, I want y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Everything you hearing on my behalf is allegations and speculations for entertainment purposes. I never met Jay-Z. I'm a big fan of Jay-Z. I was raised up off of Reasonable Doubt. So I feel a way about all of this. Watching somebody so great do something like this, man. Let me share this with y'all before we get started. Hit that like button, subscribe. I promise you, this is going to be a classic video. Look. Okay, before we continue on with Jay-Z, I want to take this time to tell y'all, show some love to Will Smith, man. He kept it hip-hop his whole career when he ain't have to. He was acting. He's still acting. Action movies. Had a sitcom for 10 years. Still putting out albums. Never hesitate to spit a hot 16, rather if you think he corny or not. He kept it true to the culture, whatever that is. He a product of hip hop and still is. Just recently came out with an album. He could have went and got him a fine Becky and been corny for the rest of his life and been good. But he still hold it down, slap the shit out of a nigga in front of an audience or whatever. He might be the realest black person or MC or whatever we got. You ain't never seen another entertainer keep it realer than Will Smith. Unfortunately, you can't say the same thing about Jay-Z. Listen at this, y'all.
All right, now to burden of proof, where we jump into some of the biggest legal cases of the week. Joining me today is former Florida State Attorney Dave Aronberg. Dave, good to have you back again on this Saturday. We want to begin with this big development. The Alabama woman who said she was raped by rappers Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs when she was 13 has actually withdrawn her lawsuit against both men. Both men have denied these claims, and documents submitted by her attorneys did not include any reason or explanation for the withdrawal. Jay-Z's release, his attorneys released a statement saying, in part, the system has failed, and claims that this was simply a money grab. What do you think happened here?
Bill, good to be back with you. This was a troubling allegation because, first off, there were inconsistencies with her story, and it was a very serious allegation. And for instance, she said that her father picked her up from Rochester, New York to New York City, 5-hour drive, and then drove her home that night. But the father did not remember any of it. That's something you would definitely remember. And she also said there were other celebrities she spoke to at the party. Those celebrities were not even there at the party. So I think what happened is this woman's claims weren't vetted properly. And then once the inconsistencies were revealed, they then cut bait. And in exchange,
Look, when you 13 and you allegedly drugged and you at this party with these elites and they already got plans for your ass, you're going to be discombobulated. And that's the reason why they bringing this stuff back up. if he would have left it alone and shut his mouth. When it's time to get low, when the block is hot, you gotta lay low. He all out in the public waving the flag, got people reminiscing on what he done did or allegedly did. People got short attention spans. I don't remember what happened in the news last week. Matter of fact, it's Thursday. I don't remember what was going on Monday. Who cares? The past is the past. He back out here creating he putting all of this smoke out there and people looking for the fire. Look at this.
Tonight, Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, is pushing to get a judge to dismiss the rape lawsuit against his client, citing an NBC News exclusive that found inconsistencies with the accuser's account.
We expect Mr. Carter to be fully cleared of all of this in the coming days. Almost nothing that she says has checked out because this never happened.
This in the wake of our interview with a 38-year-old mother from Alabama who accuses Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, and Sean Diddy Combs of raping her when she was 13 years old. She asked us not to reveal her identity.
What made you want to come forward?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough.
She says that she might have some facts wrong, but that she says the incident happened. What do you say to that?
You know, anybody, when they make up a claim, they can just keep repeating it and getting it right. But you never get the details right. And what happened during her interview with you is that the story began to unravel.
On the night of the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000, she says Combs' limo driver took her to an after party. There she says she spoke to musician Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo. That's the Last Supper.
In a statement to NBC News, a representative for the Maddens confirmed they did not attend the 2000 VMAs and that they...
Yeah, they didn't want to be there where that went down. They better say they wasn't there. They better not have been in the building when some like that was going down. They don't want no parts of it. Partying with a lot of them go party with Diddy and Jay-Z and all that, but when shit get hot, they don't want to be there. Allegations come out about some girl being taken advantage of at a party. Hell no, we wasn't at the party. That's what you better tell them people. Jay-Z want to be in the conversation so bad when it comes to something. And that's what got me thinking that his family ain't really rocking with him like that. His loved ones and all, they ain't really rocking with him like that. Because if he really had their support, he wouldn't be looking to the public for no type of sympathy or whatever the case is. And it's getting worse day by day. People looking to get refunds for the ticket once they think about what they're getting themselves into. A 56-year-old man performing hits from back in the day, speaking on things that he's trying to deny today. It's either he want to go to jail or he want to be criminal. Sometimes people go through midlife crisis, but he don't already reach the midlife. So he had a 75% life crisis and he trying to, maybe he want to be notorious. Maybe he made it out too safe and been playing it too safe. All of his peers done did fair time, done got shot up, lit up and all this. He doing music videos talking about he got 99 problems. And at the end of the video, he gets shot up. And that ain't the only video he did where he got shot up in the video. But none of that stuff happened in real life. Diddy did a video with Nas where he got crucified and they literally crucified Diddy. All of their stuff came into fruition. Tupac talking about people trying to kill him, murder and death. He wound up dying. Biggie, the same thing. Now it's looking like this guy, he can't be authentic. His legacy is doo-doo right now because he ducking and dodging. He doing all this shit. He want to get some of that penalty. He want to be notorious for him to even be speaking on this. And let me make this point real fast before we move on. The same way I gave Will Smith his props, let me do this. When it's all said and done, people, put the music on. When it's all said and done, Boosie is going to be more legendary than Tupac, Biggie, Diddy, Jay-Z, Master P. In the black community, Boosie is the most legendary rapper to ever pick up a microphone. He might not have the same catalog. He ain't went 10 times platinum. He ain't had them Hype William videos back in the day. But when it come to street love and hood love, Boosie is the man. They might as well put him on a box of rice. He the GOAT. His legacy solidified. And I don't think there's nothing nobody can do about that. Jay-Z wish he had the same love Boosie got. All of them do. And I feel like that's what's eating him alive right now. He ain't got that same feel. And hell, if he keep on with this, he gonna find himself behind bars. I don't want to see it. But the way he moving, it's looking like that's gonna be happening if he don't cut this madness out. Look at this.
Well, Jay-Z has added a third show at Yankee Stadium after the first two sold out. Rock Nation announced an extra innings show for July 12th. Tickets are now on sale. The two shows, the other previous ones on July 10th and 11th, sold out within minutes. His concerts are celebrating the 30th anniversary of Jay-Z's album Reasonable Doubt and also the 25th anniversary of the Blueprint album.
Now, who bought them damn tickets? That's what I want to know. Because they known to buy tickets and then resell them for the low. You think he going to sit around and wait for the crowd, for the people to decide if he going to have a sold out show or not? Hell no. That ain't how it work in the modern day. You got people, streamers buying streams. You got people buying their own music catalogs. He'll buy all the tickets just to resell them things. I bet you it's going to be a lot of tickets. People can't find the ticket. You going to find the ticket when they resell it. Now, these are allegations and speculations, but I don't understand how people can afford for two shows to be sold out. I ain't saying everybody broke, but everybody damn near broke at this point. And for him to throw a third show on there, if it's sold out, it's sold out. If you big money like that and you big time like that, you ain't got to work extra. Who gonna slap another show on there just to rake up some more cash? If money not a problem, if money not an issue, why even push it? One show should do, and if it's sold out, then that's just too damn bad. Well, they gonna sell out the third show and do a fourth? They gonna be performing all month. Somebody make this make sense. And on top of that, they speaking on the allegations, and he could be facing some criminal charges even after the dismissal of the case because he's reaching out for this cheese real quick. When he's supposed to be somewhere laying low or doing something besides being in the public eye at a time like this. But like I said earlier, people usually do stuff like this when they trying to be caught up in the hype of something, even if it's something negative. Look at this.
For many years, I minded my business about a lot of things, but a lot of things came to me. I heard a lot of things. You got to remember, this was back when I was still trying to be amicable with the industry so that I could have my career, so that I could have my life, right? Everything that I worked for, everything that I sacrificed. Up until, what? 2016, 2017, I was still ignoring a lot of things. A lot of things. It wasn't until I couldn't ignore it anymore because I realized this ain't going nowhere. And then when I started seeing exactly how dangerous things have become, it was very simple. It's either you're going to speak up or they're going to keep getting away with it, or you're going to get handled up on regardless because you're not playing along the way you should be playing along. Like that's how this works. Like the people that get rewarded are the people that keep the secrets, the people that are quiet, and the people that lie for them. The people who get a pass are the people who pretend that like they don't know what's going on.
Yo, people not feeling this in their stomach, yo. There's been talks for a long time about who's the king of New York, or who can wear that crown, or who get that love. He willing to play hooky with this thing. He willing to put himself out there just to get some type of feel from New York City. They ain't feeling him like that. And he is eating him alive because he know Diddy gonna come home and he ain't gonna be able to look Diddy in his face. He trying to fight it before it happened. He can't sleep at night. It's with his ego bad. On that interview, he talking about, I'm fucking Hov, I'm Jay-Z, I'm this and I'm that. Hey, bro. In 2026, you're 56 years old. You know what I'm saying? And that's a blessing. A lot of people ain't make it to 56. And you figure if you that old, you shouldn't have much to complain about, especially with such a career. You should be great and grateful. This concert, I don't know about y'all, but it seemed like it's an ungrateful event that he's pulling off right now. Because he could have passed the torch to a whole new generation. Who the new generation that's gonna be on this card that he literally passed the torch to or opened the doors for so they could have a career like how he had a career? Look at this. Because when you think about the lineup, it's a sad sight to see because ain't none of them passed the torch to nobody or schooled or tutored nobody. Jay-Z and the Roots. Who's the second coming of the Roots? Who the new group out of Philly with the afros and the beards spitting conscious raps? At least with Outkast and the Dungeon Family, you got a second, third, fourth generation. You ain't got no second generation of the Roots or no third generation of the Roots. You ain't got no second coming to Erykah Badu. Some artist she done tutored and mentored or whatever that make the same consistency and quality of music that she make. She wear her crown all by herself, and rightfully so, but damn, they ain't passing no torches. It's for 50 years later and they all they got. And Jay-Z back in the pot. The foundation is all fucked up, man. You got Brandy on the tour. Who she mentored or tutored. They said Brandy was such a I ain't gonna disrespect her, but they said she was hard to deal with. She was a diva when she was coming up. Even Destiny's Child talk about how Brandy was giving them the side eye and being snarky and disrespectful and everything. That's why Beyonce don't rock with Brandy now. Cause she was so harsh and disgusting to them people in the entertainment industry, allegedly. De La Soul on the Jay-Z about to be performing with De La Soul. He said, what he said in that rhyme, where he was like, I wish I could rhyme like Common Sense, but I made 9 mil. I ain't been rapping like Common Sense. So that let you know he felt like he was better than them dudes. And he was on a different level and he ain't trying to rap like them. He ain't trying to rhyme like them. He in a league of his own. But now he on the Neo Soul tour. Because that's basically what this is. You got DJ Jazzy Jeff. These artists, Bilal, he going back to Neo Soul, y'all. That's how bad it is for him at this point. Then you what the hell? Yo, what's going on? Y'all can hear me out there? Because shit. Y'all can hear me? No, they can't even hear me. The music busted everything. The stream done ended. What's going on with it, man? Is my shit breaking up? It's broke. Oh man, I don't even know what's going on with the stream. They must be listening. Because whenever I get to breaking it down like this, that's when the computer start acting wonky, a big booty pop up on the screen. I don't even watch porn. And this is a bunch of weird stuff going on with my broadcast right now, man. Because I know they listening, and I'm just going to go ahead and leave it alone, y'all. Because I can't even do it no more. Y'all see that? Hello? Can y'all hear me? Yep. Hello? Yo, hello. Can y'all hear me out there? Yep. They don't want me talking about Jay-Z. Hit that like button, y'all, because they